Guys, I'm not quite sure how I want to classify the knife you're looking at. Is it a Bali? No. Is it a gravity knife? No. But is it a standard folder? Absolutely not. This is that gravity, or the not a gravity knife, not a Bali magnetic folding flipper. I think it's more of a novelty knife than anything, but we're going to take a look at it. I'll tell you the fun things about it, and I'll tell you the things I'm not really over the moon about. So guys, you saw the intro. This is the Everyday Carry Company. They have it listed as a mag lock Bali, but I'm going to argue it is not a Balisong. It's not a gravity knife. It's something in the middle. It's almost akin to the Cold Steel Triple Action. I'll put a picture of that right here. So what this is just kind of a gimmicky, magnetically locked folding knife that kind of swings around on itself. But I'll tell you why it's not a Balisong. Balisongs have two separate pivots, one on each arm. And you can see here, see how that is easy to manipulate. And it gives you kind of a way to do that where you have these two split as opposed to right on top of each other. So you kind of have some issue with how you would do that. Now, it is fun. And there are some good points, but we'll get some quick size comparison done here real quick. This first knife is the PMP Aries, and I'm just in love with it and spent a lot of time in my pocket, so I just thought I'd throw it in just to show you something cool. But your next knife for actual size comparison is Benchmade 940. Most of you guys are going to know this knife. This is not a little knife. It's kind of a smaller EDC, nice and thin, which this also is really thin. So your final knife for size comparison, as always, is another knife most of you guys are going to know as a size comparison, the Chris Reeve Knives Large Sabenza 21. So you can see this is a fairly small little knife. Let's get this out of the way and talk about this knife itself. So you guys know we do it good, we do it bad, and then we do an outro. But this thing is a lot of fun. I do have to admit, this thing has a lot of little good points to it. It's very innovative. It's kind of cool. It's actually really, really well made. So quality and construction and materials, you can't argue with. This is done in titanium and M390, and it's a very, very well ground blade on this. I have to admit that this is probably one of the better small little Americanized Tontos that has come in a while. The grinds are nice and clean, really precise, and it is very sharp. And even for a relatively narrow blade that has some pretty thick blade stock, it transitions down to a pretty nice behind the edge thickness that does cut really well. It is sleek and comfortable. There is no hot spots or anything on this. And it is fun to play with this. You've got a magnetic locking system. It swings around the pivot like this. Nice fine blast titanium scales on this that have zero hot spots. And if you're into something that you could throw in like your watch pocket, really, really, really well. Really, really well for that application. Really good. It is pretty comfortable in hand to cut with. It's a nice, just sleek design. Fits your hand really well. You do wind up with a finger choil here so you can get up on stuff. There's minimal play in this. There is some. I'm not gonna lie that there is some this way, but a lot of it has to do with there's not much to lock this except this magnetic lock here. Locks up nice and clean. There's no overplay. It's not like these scales are out of alignment. There's zero misalignment. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. If you're into fidgeting, this is a knife that you absolutely could fidget with all day because you do not run the risk of messing up your lock interface with this because your lock is actually down here in that magnet. So there's a lot of cool things with that. And then the final thing is there is minimal hardware. You only have one screw. Everything in this is milled clean. So you can see this is a one-piece construction on this scale. Your magnets are inset in there. And then this side is one piece with your other magnets so that they lock in. So you only have just the one pivot screw. So it is really cool. It is kind of a space age looking thing. And the funny thing for me is one of my buddies was like, it looks like Steven Seagal is doing the splits in Bloodsport. So it does have a lot of cool things going for it. Now, Right after you guys hear from Coffee Brand Coffee, we'll talk about the bad stuff. Guys, you guys know I love coffee. I even have my own personalized coffee mug. But did you know that a lot of the coffee companies out there take a lot of the money that you give them that they should be throwing back into the company to make a better product and turn it into activism dollars? Coffee Brand Coffee does not do that. They take no stance politically any direction. They take all the money that they make and try to make a better product. So if you want to support this channel and a company that I absolutely do like the fact that they don't lean either direction politically, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. There's a link down below that will save you 5% at checkout, or you can use the coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word. They also have cold brew coffee, teas, and cocos, freshly ground and roasted to order. So check them out, support them, and support this channel. Now, with the good comes the bad. I have had to use tape several times now to clean this up. You guys know I sharpen knives. I have knives here. I have this in a pocket of a pair of pants that I just recently was repairing some knives for a guy, and then I filmed one that I repaired. It caught all of that. It went down in that pocket, and all the metal that made its way into the pocket was up on here and then stuck to the magnets. And with it being magnetic the whole time, you've got magnetic, residue, like ferrous dust on this, metal dust on this. So it does pick up a lot of weird stuff. And then with that as well, now the blade being in close proximity to the magnets have picked up a little bit of magnetism, and so it was on the blade as well. So that is one little negative. It can be problematic to open for some people. It is a one-handed knife, but unlike a Balisong where you have the opening in the middle and you've got to hold, and that kind of acts like a safe zone. This doesn't have that. So you could get your finger in here and then swing this back down onto your finger and cut yourself. I've almost done it a couple times, but if you're paying attention, you can easily overcome that. And then I know this is just one of those little personal things. I know it's not going to, but I have this irrational fear that this is going to come open in my pocket. Because it doesn't have a pocket clip. It needs a pocket clip. So it needed a pocket clip because this just makes me feel like I'm just afraid it's going to come open in my pocket. I have no doubt that it won't. I absolutely don't think it would, but I have this little troll in the back of my brain that keeps telling me, don't put that in your pocket. It's going to come it's going to come open. So I've carried it in my watch pocket. Downside of that is I can't carry it all the time because I don't always wear pants that have a watch pocket. If I'm wearing like a pair of 511s, they don't have one of those. So is it fun? Yes. Now, here's the big question. Is it worth the price? I don't think so. I'm gonna put the price here. I think they're $250. I can't remember, but I'll put the price here and let you guys know. So yeah, I really don't think, for my purposes, for an EDC knife, I just don't think it does meet that. But like I said, it is a lot of fun to mess with. I just can't justify the price on it. So guys, that's it. Let's turn this around and do some final thoughts and send you out about your day. Guys, like I said, I don't see a use case scenario for this knife in my current EDC. And mostly because it's not a traditional, it doesn't have that feel. I don't feel comfortable putting it in my pocket without a positive lock or spring because the magnets can be bypassed. So that's one of my biggest problems with it. I think it's more of a novelty, fidgety kind of thing. And I think that the blade shape kind of plays into my not wanting to carry it. I think if this was a drop point, I would probably have a better feel for this. But hey, it is kind of cool. I'll try to find a purchase link for it, or a description or an area where you can purchase it down below. Guys, that's pretty much it on this one. It was fun. I had this in from a buddy. My buddy Jeff let me borrow it, and so I just thought we would do a video about it anyway. So that's it. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but tell me why I can't change the content. Make sure that you've got the bell icon set to all so you get notifications of all my stuff, and make sure you got notifications set on your device to on. If you want to support the channel, like I said, I'm sure I said it somewhere in there, I've got Coffee Brand Coffee is my primary channel sponsor, but I also have Tempered Tail. Both of those, you share the coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp. And I have Doll Strong Knives, who's a big supporter of the channel, has sent me a lot of stuff. Their link is down there as well, plus all my affiliate stuff down below, including my Amazon store, which absolutely supports the channel. So anything you're going to purchase on Amazon, I wish you guys would just copy that link and make that your primary login for Amazon. So anything you're going to purchase, I get credit for it. Other way you can do it, I have a membership down below. It's all tier-based. All of the members have access to the Gilded server. Baseline and premium tier members are automatically entered into giveaways that I do off of YouTube. They're not the same as the YouTube ones. And the premium tier guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series that's here on YouTube behind that paywall. You've got to be a premium member to get into that. And I have some stuff that I'm going to put up and add to that. Guys, that's it on this one. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.